In your own words, what is it that Future Focus Media does?
We help people tell powerful stories. That's our main thing here. People come to us with an idea, a desire to get their organization noticed more, and we help them through video production, through websites, through graphic design, photography, audio production, and we help them tell their story in a powerful way.
Focus Media is a worker-owner cooperative, different setup, and it's a traditional business, meaning it's a for-profit business, but being a worker-owner cooperative is different because we have a flat organization. We're small, we're nimble, we can move very quickly on things, but we also have a segment of the business where we teach. We teach youth photography and filmmaking skills.
There's no real boss here. We're all sort of on the same level and we make decisions democratically. So we try to promote that type of philosophy in workplaces, and I think it works really well for us.
Future Focus both connects the grassroots kind of organizations to media that they wouldn't otherwise have access to, and it also gives opportunities for youth to build skills that many of them already have through the equipment they have access to, phones and things like that, but to build skills to produce even more powerful moving images, video, things like that, and get a hands-on experience with doing that with a team.
We also try and do a lot of youth training. So I'm 17, and it's amazing for me to have the opportunity to be able to make money doing what I like, doing what I have a passion for. Through our youth trainings, we give youth like a huge opportunity to be able to learn how to tell stories, because I think film and video and photography is the 21st century's strongest tool to be able to tell stories, and to be able to give youth that sort of opportunity and that tool is really empowering.
Future Focus Media began in the summer of 2011 with a pilot program. And it was really the coming together of really 4 co-founders to begin with.
A few of us came together with the common interest of both making media. Each of us had some media production experience, but we also wanted to pass on skills to youth who are interested in media production. So we said, hey, we're all interested in that. Let's form a new group. And then we liked the worker co-op model, so we came together as a worker cooperative. And we just started doing projects together and eventually formed a business.
That summer was really the focus on finding, 4, I want to say it was 4 or 5 youth that we actually, taught all the filmmaking skills to. And then after we kind of sat down and assessed and figured out that we had the ability to turn this into a full-fledged business. And it's only grown since then, and this was actually when we were displaced because of the fire that took place at Stone Soup Community Center. So we were actually using the same office space at Pleasant Street office where Worcester Roots, who was our fiscal sponsor and kind of our our startup kind of parent, really putting a lot of time, effort for that pilot program, and then eventually working on our business plan.
How did I end up here at Future Focus? Well, let me back up a couple of days, weeks, months, and years. Actually, probably about 5 summers. A gentleman named Mr. D. Wells came through the door, and from there, we partnered up to be a part of Pride Productions. After Pride Productions, we didn't want it to stop, the idea of using this medium to educate as well as tell stories. So we kind of, I don't know how for some reason they said Sarah paired us up, but she hooked us up with Matt, and we came together and put together Future Focus.
Well, first of all, it's really empowering and it's super awesome. I think youth empowerment is the most important thing. Just to be able to have young people be able to realize their potential. It's also a lot of responsibility, which can be tough at times, but it's also really fun. it's cool learning a lot of different skills all at once, but it's also really overwhelming. More than anything, it's great having control over your own kind of business place, and being an equal part in it, and kind of be able to collab with a whole bunch of different types of people. It's a lot of responsibility having kind of your financial stability in your own hands, but it's a lot of fun.
With Nori, the thing is, I could say I met him about 5 years ago, and I met him because of his brother, and he just always had this, he has this spirit about him of being inquisitive and just wanting to learn and know and learn and try new things. And the more and more I talk with him, I realize that, okay, not only is he smart and driven, but he also is willing to say, you know what, I don't know this and I'm okay with that, but I want to learn.
A couple of years ago, he came to one of our shoots for a music video that we were shooting, and got some amazing images. Was just like, already had an intuitive, really good eye, photographic and video eye. So we invited him to get more involved in a lot of the shoots and projects, and he decided he was interested in the membership track, and he fit what we were looking for in terms of a new potential member in Future Focus.
Now that he's a worker owner, it's been nothing but positive and great for us, because again, it keeps us sharp, it keeps us on our toes. It helps me, like he helps me see things from a different perspective.
He's been consistently part of a lot of those projects and taken on some of the national projects we're involved in recently as well, traveling from upstate New York to Texas to different conferences and representing the co-op.
I would love, as we grow the business, to have more worker owners be part of Future Focus. I think it's necessary, if otherwise we get old and stale.
What's some of your favorite things about Future Focus? Like, what do you like about being part of Future Focus?
What I like about Future Focus, at first I wasn't so into doing the camera and video and recording stuff, but once I joined, I actually found that I really liked it. I like editing and using Final Cut Pro. We were doing a documentary this summer, and I enjoyed interviewing people. I found it easier to do stuff behind the camera than doing it in front of the camera.
Future Focus is able to tell, those stories that most people may not even be paying attention to because it's not in front of them. To talk about the issues that we see, particularly from the standpoint of people who are, either dealing with poverty, dealing with lack of voice because of lack of power.
Having kind of like a really grassroots type media company is really important. Like, a lot of people have a lot of needs for media stuff now in the 21st century, and they're trying to find organizations that they feel comfortable with that aren't just like some huge company that's gonna take all their money and kind of have approach their project with a capitalistic mindset instead of an artistic mindset that we like to approach things with.
Youth consistently tell us they need more opportunities to not just participate in a program and receive training and things, but to really be full participants and drivers of these projects. So the Future Focus allows that opportunity for youth to get so involved that they can set the direction, become a member owner, and set the direction of the cooperative.
The young people are the future, which is the part of the future, and Future Focus, and that they're telling stories is going to be the thing that is going to be needed, because a lot of times people are losing themselves in other people's stories. So to learn how to capture your own story and to tell a story through your eyes and through your mediums will hopefully put you in a better position where your self-esteem, your skill sets in this medium will develop. Your interactions with other people will develop. Maybe your fear can dissipate if you get behind the camera and you're not shy anymore.
We can put a camera in a young lady's hands or young man's hands, and they can go out and make money and help support their family. That's empowerment. One of my big dreams is the Future Focus multimedia complex, and just having a space where, you know, kids, youth from the community can come in, and yeah, they can get their tutoring for after school and stuff like that, but then they can learn, you know, photography and have cameras that they can actually take, you know, check out and go and shoot for a day or two, and then come back in and sit down and actually look at their, you know, photographs and give them feedback.
Future Focus in the going forward part, we are, I think we can be well positioned in this community to do more. I think telling stories is going to be the future.
I'd like to see Future Focus be able to support members' ideas for self-produced documentary films and other projects that can really have national impacts. So a member has an idea for a documentary and the whole team supports them and finds the resources to make a high production value film, and that gets out there, and that we also grow our network locally, and we can help touch a lot of the grassroots organization, the mission-based businesses in the area, and help build platforms for people to share their stories.
I mean, it'd be great to be able to help guide young filmmakers from like scratch of an idea to a full-blown finished production of a feature film would be amazing.
There's always a better movie out there to be made. There's always a better story to tell. There's never going to be a finish line. Like, that finish line truly is always moving. And I'm okay with that. Some people say, well, I want to get to the point where I know everything. I'm like, well, that's never happening. Like, there's never a point in life where you know everything. It's not. I certainly don't believe that ever happens. So bringing youth in and teaching, and then having them come back and teach, you know, others, and teaching us and helping build the business. That's really important. We have to. You know, if we don't do that, Future Focus wouldn't exist.